lies your trauma bonded brain will be telling you. Now, I always say to my clients, being in a trauma bond is a bit like having a virus on your laptop. Everything's there. The programs are there, the mouse is there, the keys are there, the apps are downloaded, but nothing's working in the way it needs to. And this is exactly how your brain is when you're trauma bonded, both chemically and emotionally, which is why when clients come to work with me, I don't just deal with the emotional aspect of a trauma bond, albeit important. I deal with the chemical detachment process and that framework so that you don't feel like you climb the mountain and keep sliding back down. But ultimately, so many clients, when they're at the beginning of the process, are outletting their fears, their worries, their thoughts, their overthinking. And there are 3 common lies that their brain is telling them that they are believing, and it's keeping them attached. Once they start to label them as lies, they start to get their brain back, they start to get their brain out of the blender, and they start to detach and feel relief from that, not fear. Number 1, I love them. That's why I'm thinking of them so much. That's why I feel addicted to them. That's why I can't get them out my brain. That's why I crave them. I must love them more than I have loved anyone else. Wrong. And a question I always ask clients is, out of the 100% of thoughts that you have of them, what percentage of those thoughts are making you happy, are bringing you joy, are making you feel calm and relaxed and healthy and good in yourself? 9 times out of 10, the answer is 90, 95, 98% of the thoughts I'm having of them are making me feel horrific. That's not love. That's a chemical attachment. That's a trauma bond. And on Wednesday, the 1st of July, I am going to be running the free Trauma Bond Detachment Method Masterclass, where I'm going to be taking you through signs you are trauma bonded, why all the things that you are currently doing or what things you're currently doing are not working, and the framework that does work. So if you want to join, please click the link in bio. Number 2, I miss them. So many clients will say, Paige, the missing them is killing me. I can't stop crying. I'm overwhelmed. I would do anything to speak to them. I would do anything to just have that one last conversation. It's an insatiable almost hunger and need rather than a want. And it feels so physical. It plagues your brain morning, noon and night, even your dreams. Wrong again. Is your brain missing the chemical hit from the chaos? Yes. Has this been a roller coaster? And annoyingly, brains become very addicted to roller coasters and anything chemically that mimics a roller coaster? Yes. But so many times I will say to clients, what do you miss about this person? And they will say, I don't know. Or they will say something that happened 10 years ago. Or they will say something that they would get only after they'd been abused or treated in a way that was disgusting or lied to. We need to start to debunk these things, because all the time you believe you're madly in love with them and you miss them, you're going to find it very, very, very hard to detach from them. Who wants to detach from someone they feel they love and they miss? The reality is your brain misses chemically what this relationship gave because it was unhealthy. Your brain doesn't actually logically miss very much emotionally, because realistically, usually, what is there fundamentally or healthily to actually miss? It doesn't make your feelings invalid. But it's important we separate what your brain is telling you from what is really happening so you feel more in control. Number 3, if I let go of this person, I'm never going to feel this way about anyone else again. No one's going to love me in the way they did. I'm not going to love anyone else in the way I loved them. I'm never going to feel this way about anyone else. Right now, your brain is petrified of letting go of the fantasy of this person. That thought of I'm never going to meet anyone else again, I'm never going to meet anyone else I feel this way about or that makes me feel this way, that's the fantasy. That was the love bombing at the beginning, or the hope of what they could be one day. What were you actually getting day to day? What is the pattern over potential? I can guarantee the pattern's horrific, because that's why you're trauma bonded. We can't be trauma bonded to a healthy relationship or a healthy human being. And again, it feels so real to you. And I get that. It's coming from the emotional brain, which is a powerhouse, huge, very convincing part of the brain. And ultimately, once this detachment is gone, that means change is happening, and no brain loves change. That feels scary. The reality is you're not going to want this same thing again. You're not going to want to go through and be trauma bonded and need to chemically detach again. So start to accept that fact that no, you're not going to feel this way about anyone else again, because you shouldn't have felt this way about this person in the first place.